Hey guys, it's Jim Shields, the Climbing Bushcrafter. I just got an email the other day from my friend Dan Markle up at Front Range Climbing Guides out in Boulder, Colorado. And he just was checking in and seeing if we're ready to go out on another trip. He's a guy that took us out, my son and I, out this year to two amazing climbs, and we had such a blast in Colorado. So check them out, Front Range Climbing Guides out in Boulder, Colorado. If you're ever looking for an adventure, even if you're a first-time climber, you see some videos, you want to check it out, man, what a great place for beginners to climb. I love it out there. I've been going out there for years. Anyway, today I want to talk to you about how you can take a climbing rope and we can turn it into a backpack so that when you're going from climb to climb, you don't have to take your climbing rope and put it back into the bags. You could just throw it on your back. And we used that a lot this summer with my son. He would carry the ropes around and we taught him how to turn it into a backpack. So stick around and learn how to do it. Now, laying on the ground behind me, I have a 60-meter rock climbing rope. Now, these are specific ropes for rock climbing, and I don't encourage anyone to do rock climbing without proper instruction from a guide like Dan at Front Range Climbing, or a suitable, reputable guide somewhere else in the world. So don't just go out there and try it on your own. I'm just talking today not necessarily about climbing, but how to make this rope into a backpack. It's 200 feet long, approximately 60 meters, 200 feet. One of the biggest problems I've had in my life is rope management. When you just get done a climb and you have to move from one spot to the next, or you get to the top of a pitch and you have to deal with the ropes, they can become monotonous. They can get in knots, they can get tangled, and it really has been a work in progress for me, and I still struggle sometimes with rope management. But today, I'm going to show you how to take these two ends, put them together, and we're going to put this rope around our back, and I'm going to show you that right now. Notice that the rope is laying on the ground, and I feathered it out nice and neat so that it should just lay on my back without getting tangled. Okay, so now with this, I'm going to take these two ends, and a common thing to do is to put your hood up, because it kind of can mess up your neck here, like rope burn, like that. So you take the two ends right here, and you're gonna have to give yourself about 2 full arms lengths. And I'm gonna take those, and I'm gonna just throw that over there. I'm gonna use that in a little bit. And then I'm gonna start from right here. So I put that around the back of my neck. And I take my hands, and I go straight down like so, okay? And once I do that, I'm gonna start coiling the rope. I'm gonna arms all the way down. That's like my measurement. So I go straight down. I grab this piece. I'm gonna keep my thumbs locked in here, and I go around, and I take the new piece of the rope and I flap it up over my head, and then I'm straight back down. So these are measured exactly the same on both sides. Grab it here with my fingers, around, and you just kind of keep going. Sometimes you get a little hung up there. That's okay. Told you rope management is not my strong suit, but you have to learn how to manage these ropes if you're going to be climbing, and this is just one way that you could tie it up. You got to really take care of your ropes, get a rope bag so that they don't get little pieces of rocks and debris in them. And we're coming up to the end of the 60-meter rope. Right about here, you can see the end dangling right there. Flap it over. And this kind of worked out perfect. If you have like a long end that's hanging off like this, if it's a little bit too long, you could just take it, put about half back here, and just lay it down like that. Now, we have these strands right here. So what do? Well, see the hole that my neck is in? So the rope is here, and my head kind of makes a hole around the rope, okay? So I'm gonna have to get my head out of this thing. So this is where it gets a little tricky. All right, I'm going to take my head, pop it out, put these two ends together, and I'm going to take these two ropes that I set aside in the beginning, and I'm going to go over once, and I'm going to go over twice, try to make an X there, and then really kind of snug that down a bit, tight. And then we're just gonna wrap it around a few times, maybe 3 times or 4. Depends how much rope you left yourself. So it should look something like that. It's a little sloppy right there, I get it. But you have this little donut hole right here. So we're gonna take these strands right here and kind of make a bite like this with both of them. So we take these strands and we make a bite. Stick that bite through this donut hole where my hand is. So this bite is gonna go right through here. Okay, just like this. Bring that bite through the other side. And now I'm gonna reach my hand through here, grab these 2 ropes, and bring them through the bite. So it basically locks the rope in just like that. Now I'm gonna throw it over my back, and I have these strands right here. Okay, hopefully I left them long enough. If not, we're gonna be in some trouble. So I have a couple options here. I can go straight down like this, and I could cross them like this, go around my back, cross over the rope, tighten it down, and then bring these to the front, okay? And now when I get these things here, I'm just gonna lock them off with a square knot. So I take right over left, bring it through, tighten it, they face again, and then left over right. And then you have a square knot that should look like that. So now I can go running around, I can do whatever I want, jump up and down, I can do some squats, I can work out. And the bottom line is this thing is gonna stay on your back for as long as you need it to. Now, what can happen, sometimes like if you're into Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, you can get choked out by your own rope. So you gotta be careful there. So there is another way that you could do it. If you untie this, instead of going around your neck, you could go straight down your shoulders and then around here, and then just do the same sort of tie off. Right over left, tight, left over right, tight, and there you go. Now it's not on my neck right here, it's on my shoulders like a backpack. Some people prefer this. 2 different ways you can do it, and that is how you take a rock climbing rope and you turn it into a backpack, which if you ever get into rock climbing, you might find it very handy. Until next time, this is the climbing bushcrafter, Jim Shields.